What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DocMcSwagginz here, back again once again. And today, people, we're ranking some Pokemon games. So, if you're excited for today's video, and please consider subscribing. That'd be very nice. Maybe turn on the notifications if you feel so inclined, and leave a like if you end up liking the video. Anyways, since we are a Pokemon content channel, to start off here, I was thinking, why don't we rank the Pokemon games? Um, as you can see, all the Pokemon games, except for one-off ones, are joined here together, all the way starting from Red and Blue over here to Legends ZA. So we got everything. So. Some I'm going to elaborate on, some I'm not going to elaborate on much. But we're going to go starting with the OG, and working up to the modern day. So, that means we got to start with Red and Blue. So, Red and Blue are the first games in the Pokemon franchise. If you don't know that, then where have you been the last like 30 years? I think they're celebrating 30 years this year. So 30 years. I got to give it D tier. The reason why is because the games themselves are not good. I don't have nostalgia for them. They weren't the first ones I've played, but they're just not good games. If you want to play Kanto, play another one. These are objectively bad games. While nostalgic, while there's a lot of good things that, like I said, objectively bad games. But Game Freak did right with Pokemon Yellow. It is much better than the first two. It's a little bit more balanced. It runs a little bit smoother. It's a little less glitchy. And you start off with Pikachu, and you can catch all three starters. Pretty cool, in my opinion. So we're gonna put Yellow in C tier because it is, I think, a tier above Red and Blue. The next games in the franchise are Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver. Now, I think these games are better than Red and Blue, but I don't think they're as good as Pokemon Yellow. Here's why. They were still a little rougher, and the biggest, I guess, draw to these games was that you could play Johto and Kanto. Which, while it was a lot of content, doesn't necessarily make the game better. But they did add a bunch of cool, new cool gimmicks, shiny Pokemon, and eggs. So, and friendship evolutions, I think. So, still, lots of cool things added. Well, friendship evolutions, that's debatable, but still a tier above Pokemon Red and Blue, but not better than Yellow, in my opinion. Next is Pokemon Crystal, which is easy top of C tier. It's better than Yellow. It's a better version of Gold and Silver. A little bit more polished, runs a little bit better. Also a good base for ROM hacks in terms of Game Boy Color era games. Now this is the first game where we got to that I've played pretty extensively, I think, and that is Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I played Pokemon Ruby a good bit and that's locked it all the way through. And we're gonna start in strong B tier with Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. These games are great. I would say probably of the early Pokemon games, some of the best Pokemon games out there. Not perfect, not as good as some of the more modern ones, but still very good Pokemon games. Pokemon Coliseum. not a game I played. I've seen gameplay of it, but I'm gonna give Pokemon Coliseum the A tier. Story. It was the first game given to this developer. I can't remember the name of the developer, but first game given to the developer to bring something new to Pokemon. Um, and that was one of the best things that Pokemon could have done, I think, for the GameCube era especially. But like I said, A tier, great game, good quality. The battle animations were ahead of everything else. Really, really cool. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm gonna put right behind Ruby and Sapphire. Um, just because I think Ruby and Sapphire to me are better games, especially because there's some BS differences in between these two games. Like you can't have Crobat in Fire Red and Leaf Green until you have the national decks. Crazy to me. Anyways, but yeah, Ruby and Sapphire I think are better. Now, a big jump in between Ruby and Sapphire and Pokemon Emerald. And we have our first S class Pokemon game. Now, this is a pretty common ranking for this game just because of everything. The battle, like I think it's like the Battle Frontier, right? For people that played that deep into the game. But even then, it has become the best game for a base Nuzlocke that we've seen. I mean, Emerald Kaizo, Run and Bun, Inclement Emerald, Emerald Imperium. I mean, there's so many countless more ROM hacks made off of um, Pokemon Emerald. But still, great game. Great game. Rayquaza's cool Pokemon. They include both evil teams from Ruby and Sapphire included in the story. Different teams. Although I will say I like Steven better than I like Wallace. Overall, I think Emerald is better than the originals. And then we have our second S tier Pokemon game. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Great game. A step above Coliseum. Similar story following up on that story actually. Um, Added a little bit more normal Pokemon mechanics as catching Pokemon in the wild spots, I believe they're called. But as well, Shadow Pokemon are really sick, really cool concept. Really love this. And yeah, I don't think there's much debate here. I think both of these games are really cool. I just think XD is a step above, especially because it's newer and had a little bit more development, I believe. Um, yeah. Oh, how you could have been so good. Diamond and Pearl, I believe, are the worst Pokemon games in the franchise. And I will we can duke it out. We can talk about it with our fist. Diamond and Pearl are the worst Pokemon games in the franchise. I will hear nothing else about it. These games are so dog water. They're so slow. They're so ugly. The teams are awful for the gym leaders. Like, I mean, they don't get much better in Platinum for some of them, but the E4, there's not enough. There's like 3 fire types that you can choose. And we have a fire, and with a fire type Elite Four member. They had to make a whole nother game for the man to get a full team of fire types. Anyways, my beef with how bad this game is, plus there's some other things that happened as a child with Pokemon Diamond. I won't get into it. I lost a Soul Silver over a version of Diamond that didn't work. Really upset about it. Really miss my Soul Silver copy. But, anyways. Now, the chosen one and how you should play the Sinnoh region. Pokemon Platinum. Stories, better. Bounce battles, better. Elite Four, better. Cynthia's, better. Everything about Pokemon Platinum is by far 100% better than Diamond and Pearl. So much so that you should never play Diamond and Pearl unless or outside of nostalgia purposes. You should always play Pokemon Platinum. This is also the first game I played. But still, I still stand by this. After about over a decade of experience of playing Pokemon games, well over almost we're reaching 20 years almost of me playing Pokemon. Yeah, crazy. This is absolutely wild. Biggest jump and the only jump of this in Pokemon history of the mainline game and a remake. Like, look at the difference. Heart Gold Soul Silver is an A tier game. That's only 2 tiers from its predecessor. Or I guess the next closest game would be Crystal, but still 2. Not the whole board. Anyways, crashing out for no reason. Heart Gold Soul Silver, great games, beautiful games on the DS, might I add. Gorgeous games. Much better than Crystal and Gold and Silver, obviously. Lots of new things added. If you're gonna play Generation 2, unless you're playing Crystal Kaizo, also, why would you? That game sucks. Heart Gold Soul Silver. Okay. Next game, Pokemon Black and White. Easy A tier. Easy A tier. The story of this game is wonderful. I honestly, when I was a kid, when this came out, I loved the fresh decks. I loved it. I thought it was great. All the new Pokemon. Now, obviously, at the time, some Pokemon got heat that wasn't really deserved, but still. Talking about my boy Trubbish and Garbodor, Vanillux, Vanillite, Vanillish. A few others got a little bit of heat. But still, great games. Great story. Love it. And there's only up from here. Black 2 and White 2 was a step above. They took all the great things that they did with Black and White, added in some Pokemon from other regions, added more boss battles, made Team Plasma cooler, some way, somehow, made Getza scarier. Iris is a good champion. The gym battles and everything were so good, so fun. Such a fun. And then the Undella Townhouse before the E4, shit my pants. Anyways, I think there's a lot of us that have had this experience with this game. Great game. Great game. Anyways, Pokemon X and Y. I personally have not played these games. I've seen them played all the way through. I know pretty much everything about these games. I got to give them top of B tier. I can't give them lower because they are not objectively bad games. A lot of things are disappointing. Yes, a lot of fans were like, "Oh, it's hand-holdy." I think we're just getting older. But also a good game has to handhold a little bit to tell the story. Damn it! Give it a break. Introduce Mega Evolutions, the best gimmick of all of Pokemon. Say more. Solid B tier. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Excuse me. A tier. Everything about Gen 3 that was great, but better. With Mega Evolutions and all this other stuff, I'm not going to give it an S tier. I still think Emerald, overall is objectively a better game, even though the Pokemon movesets and everything in this game is better. I can't give Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire S tier. A, without playing them myself all the way through, and they just don't have the same culture impact. Like they added a bunch of new mega evolutions that were really cool. Now I would say this is probably the definitive game. Like if you're gonna play Gen 3 Hoenn, you probably play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire because they're cooler games. But I gotta give S tier to Emerald. Like I can't, and I can't put Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire in S tier. Me personally, I'm gonna do these pretty quick. I think these are B tier for Sun and Moon, bottom of A tier for Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Biggest difference is better story and a few more other things that like I said, I haven't played these games myself, but I've seen all these games played all the way through. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon's a better story with some other stuff added in that makes it a little bit better. Uh, more complete game than Sun and Moon, but still, honestly, I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was either pointless or should have been released instead of Sun and Moon. In my opinion. Next up, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Haven't played these games, but I'm gonna put them in mid B tier because I've seen them played all the way through, and I would say it's a tie between Fire and Leaf Green and these games to be the definitive way to play Gen 1. It's just this has that annoying Pokeball throwing mechanic. If you don't want to deal with it, play Fire and Leaf Green. Anyways, now we have our most 5 recent games. The first mainline game on the Switch, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Mid A tier. This game was awesome. For it to be my first mainline game, coming back into it, having it and owning it and playing it, so good. I put so many hours in this. The DLCs were great. Are there some lacking things graphically? Sure, but the story of the game was great. The gameplay itself, I love. I love Gigantamax. Gigantamax is either the second or third best gimmick, in my opinion. Then we have Scarlet and Violet, which I have played extensively, and that's how I feel about it. I think most of people would agree, but I still think it's objectively a very good Pokemon game. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, middle of B tier. That's as best as I can do. It's a lot better than the Diamond Pearl for a lot of different reasons, mainly game pacing, as well as some gameplay aspects. The new underground, and the fact that like half the gym leaders have held items, the back half of the gym leaders have held items, and the Elite Four members have held items, I believe. So it's more challenging, more fun to replay, and night and day from Diamond and Pearl, but still nowhere near Platinum supremacy. Pokemon Legends Arceus. S tier game. So much better. I mean, this was, I think, in my opinion, the best entry on the Switch, hands down. Because you know where I'm putting ZA? Right back there. But I'll get to that in a second. Legend Arceus was so good, so fun. The Horde Pokemon, the Alpha Pokemon, I personally love. Um, it was cool. It was a little bit darker. It was kind of scary to play actually because of like the Glalie and the Alabaster Icelands are like, hey, you got snuck up on and got sniped by a freaking Parasect. This game was legitimately fun and such a breath of fresh air for Pokemon, in my opinion. Which technically these games came after Scarlet and Violet, but whatever. Or no. No, these games came out before. But anyways. Legends ZA, I think, is bottom A tier, high B tier. It's a fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. But it's kind of like had a lot of the same issues as Scarlet and Violet. I like all the new megas for the most part. Some of them are a little forgettable. I'm excited to see all the new, um, like all the abilities that they give them for Pokemon Champions. I'm excited for Pokemon Champions. Y'all excited? I'm excited. Like we're gonna be trying to play it day one. As soon as we can get our hands on it and get a team built and get some battles going on Champions, we're gonna be doing some Champions because I just love it. I love the puzzle. It's like chess. So fun, so interesting. Um, but yeah, overall, I think for the most part, most Pokemon games are playable, are fun, can be fun to play. You know, I'm not saying Red and Blue can't be fun to play. I'm sure it can be, but C up, I would say this is the playable. Like, hey, you probably want to come back and play these games. The other two, no, you don't want to. You know, I don't. Yeah, but yeah, and I wish I could post Legends EA stuff but I don't have a capture card because I've got other responsibilities that take that extra pocket money away. So, um, anyways, this is our final tier list. And I know, some people will be like, oh no, this should be in the B tier, oh, this should be in A tier. You put that in S tier? No, dog, that sucks. It should be in C tier. That's fine. We are human beings. We all have different life experiences. We all see things differently. However, I think we can all agree on D and F. And if you don't disagree with me on D, you're wrong. I love you though. You know. Anyways, um, let me know what your tier list is. Maybe send some screenshots in the comment section or join our Discord. Link is on the channel. Um, and let me send in screenshots of your tier list. What do you think is the best Pokemon game of all time? Me personally, it's got to be Platinum for me. To be completely honest, I know that's such a basic take, such a vanilla ice cream take, but still, it's hard to debate. It's hard to debate against. It's like being a Tom Brady fan. It's hard to debate against Tom Brady. Even though I'm not a Tom Brady fan, it's still hard to debate against the man. So, um, if you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing. It's gonna help us grow. It's gonna help us keep improving. It's gonna help us keep making horrible takes if there are any on this list. Um, and I'm trying to think. Oh, and leave a like down below. As well, like I said, let me know what your favorite Pokemon game is, and see if you can screenshots in there of your tier list. Uh, Discord in the channel, linked on the channel, as well as our Twitch, where we will live stream. Um, most of our videos will be from the live stream, but we also will do more content on the live stream. We probably do like 30 to 45 minutes of Pokemon, and then we'll hop to something else. Maybe art creators, maybe some other fun game. Who knows? So subscribe if you want to see more content. Leave that leave the little bell thing, click that thing, and it'll tell you when I'm live. It'll tell you when we post. It'll tell you when your just so you know pizza rolls are ready. I don't know why I butchered the shit out of that. Your Tostino pizza rolls already. Um, yeah. So, anyways, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.